That's why it's like a lower probability SMT. So that's why it really wasn't in the back of my mind that we were going to just reverse off of that area. Because when you have like relative equal highs from Asia resting up here and here, it's, you know, I'd rather see that get swept rather than just being a random 1 hour sweep. But I digress. Anywho, market opens at 9:30, guys, and this is what happens. We rip through right there. Like, dude, look at this price action at the open, chat. Now, again, guys, we're in a very volatile market, and I've been telling you guys, make sure your size down, make sure your stops are, you know, really tight. You know, a lot of people today on trading Twitter got absolutely blown up, got really hurt today. So you really want to be careful with your stop losses and your risk, because this market is just very volatile. Now, what do we have here, chat? I called it out on the Discord, but I didn't trade it because I didn't love it. But we have a breaker short, a 2022 ICT model where you sweep a high, a 1 hour high in this example, right? Market structure shift. This is the change in the state right down into here on the 5-minute time frame. Okay. And then the market pulls back into the breaker block right here. And honestly, I wasn't really interested in taking this short, but I had it marked out on the Discord live today. I said, guys, be aware of this breaker. It could work. I mean, look how crazy this wick was. We popped over that breaker like pretty aggressively. Ready? Big ass wick. I mean, look at this. Breaker holds though, which is crazy. The breaker holds. So you would have had to take, you probably would have got stopped out unless your stops were like above the swing high, but you would have taken a little bit of heat here. About 10 points. Actually not bad at all. So, you know, this was a lower probability breaker in my opinion because of how small the two down closed candles were before the leg up that took liquidity. So it wasn't really in my, it wasn't really in my arsenal today. But we didn't retest the fair value. Yeah, we did. Right here. We also had a little fair value gap inside here. So we had a breaker. This was a breaker. And it ended up paying out like really nice. Didn't trade it though. Didn't trade it. Just want to let everyone know. I'm just marking it out for you guys, but did not trade this trade. The market ends up selling off. Like that breaker would have been absolutely insane if you took it. That would have been a 254 point short off that breaker. So yeah, if you guys did take that breaker today, congrats. Just it wasn't the cleanest formation for me. Really was not the cleanest formation. The two down closed candles before the leg up were too tight. The breaker is so small in this instance, but it's crazy how accurate the breakers are. I mean, even though this breaker to me was a lower probability breaker because of where it happened and it didn't sweep full Asia highs, look how accurate the breaker ends up playing out though. Right? We hold beautifully inside the breaker, right? Body candle closures below CE of the breaker. And then we just absolutely melt 200 something points to the downside off of there. So trade setup number one of the day would have been that breaker. I didn't like it, didn't trade it. You know, sometimes you see something, you don't like it. And it doesn't, you know, I don't execute it. That's what happens. So really, really great trade. Anybody take it? Anybody take that trade? Is big lots small TP better than small lots big TP for funded evals? Is big lots small TP better? Okay, so we're talking about contracts or lots, because lots are like 4x. Yeah, this is a breaker block. This is a 5-minute breaker block up here, guys. This is what I'm going over right now. This would have been the best trade of the day, honestly. This was like a 256 point breaker short. I saw it, marked it up on the Discord. We had it marked up. People were aware of it. But I just didn't trade it, and it ended up being the best trade of the day. Explain what a breaker block is. Sure. So a breaker block needs 4 things, okay? You need 4 things for a breaker to be a breaker block, okay? Let's start here. So in order for a breaker to be a breaker, you need 4 things to happen. You're going to need a swing high, a low, a higher high, and then a lower low, okay? That's going to confirm the breaker. So this candle confirms our breaker, okay? What do we have? We have a high, a low, a new higher high, and then a new lower low. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, 4, because this is where it breaks. Okay. Now, how do you trade? Well, excuse me. How do you mark the breaker, right? You're gonna mark out the breaker with the lowest down closed candles before the leg up that took liquidity. Okay. So these are the 2 lowest down closed candles before the leg up that took liquidity, right? So you mark out the breaker from the bodies of the candles, body to body, and you draw out the breaker in time. That creates your breaker block. Okay. Now, there is a fair value gap inside of the breaker right here. Right? Now, how you would trade it is you would wait for a pullback into the breaker. Okay? And you would just short here. In this example, most people trading this breaker, if you trade it the way that you're supposed to trade it, you probably got stopped out. Because you're supposed to put the breaker, I like to have the breaker stops above the breaker, basically. In this example, you probably would have had the stops a little higher, and you would have the trade would have kept you in it. So it would have to look something like this. This breaker was really small, right? Really small. So you needed to give it a little more wiggle room. It could have been above the wick high, like that. And then it would have played out perfectly. You would have went about, like I said, 10 points in draw. 10 points in drawdown right here. But then it would have delivered 236 points, which is insane. Massive trade. I mean, even this trade right here is like plenty of money for most people. 60 points. And you're chilling. Just use the highs of the body. What do you mean, brother? The highs of what body? The highs of the breaker body? Because you never use the wicks. It's always the bodies. I'm on the 5-minute time frame right now, guys. If you ever have to ask that question ever again, just look right here and it shows what time frame I'm on. Every time I flip a time frame, it'll be right here. The highs of the bodies of that swing high. Oh, the highs of the body. You're talking about this. Yeah, well, the way I trade the breaker, though, is different from other people. I usually trade the breaker with the stop above the breaker high. Because normally, price should not pierce it. And in this example, it does. But some people like to run stops above this swing high, above the bodies, like you just said. You know, you would have been safe. You got very close to getting stopped here by 5 points, and then it would have reversed. What's up, Unc? Hey, Kojo, what's up, man? What made you think it was bearish New York session today? What made me think it was bearish New York session? So that's a great question, and that's the prized possession in the way I trade, because I basically went over this just before, but let me just delete all this crap here and I'll show you why I was looking for shorts. So when you have overnight highs and lows that are untagged, in this example, we have Asia highs that are untagged and we have London lows that are untagged. Okay. Now, mind you, guys, I didn't take that trade. I'm going over the best trade of the day first. I'm going to show you the 2 trades we took in the Discord. But today, this was not the trade I took. Okay. What I wanted to see, how I would have got involved in this trade, to answer your question on my bias, if Asia high would have got taken, and then we would have had a shift and a breaker formation, I would have been all over the short to London low. So when overnight highs or lows are still untagged in the morning, all I'm looking at is a sweep of one of those liquidity pools and then the liquidity draw to be the next overnight high or low. So it's relatively simple. Like Asia high, if Asia high would have got tagged for my model, I would have been shorting into London low all day long. But it didn't get tagged. The only thing it took was a 1 hour like random swing high, which is this right here. This up here, relative equal highs, to me would have been a lot cleaner. The market had other plans, and I'm almost positive, I am positive that this market sold off on the crypto SEC lawsuit, or they're doing something with retail traders with the SEC. The market did not like it, and everything tanked today, guys. Everything tanked. Meta was down, like in the morning. Meta was down big in the morning. Tesla was down big. Amazon was down big. Google was down. Nvidia was down this morning. See, like we were all tech sector was getting slammed off that news. So this news right here of that whole thing with crypto, and then the whole Ukraine stuff came out too earlier. The market didn't like it. So we have 250 points to the downside off of it. So we're just in a very, very volatile market right now, where you literally have to be in tune with the news. Otherwise, you're going to get your account blown. And your stop, if you're trading with no stops and you're trading with too much risk, you're going to lose your accounts in this market. So navigating this market right now is very, very difficult. And we did it very well today. I'm up about $1,500 on the day, and we took 2 trades, and the market was not easy after this. And that's when we took 2 trades. So let me show you what we ended up doing. Was there a market maker sell model on NQ today? I mean, it's a breaker short. I really don't trade the market maker sell model and market maker buy model stuff. I'm aware of, you know, how it works and when it starts to work and how it runs, but I would just call this this is a 2022 breaker model. Very, very, very simple. So you don't need to confuse yourself. I'm using ICT 2022. Which is better? NQ. Yeah, NQ, bro. You shouldn't be trading ICT 2022 mentorship with anything other than NQ and ES. It works the best in futures. That's why he trades futures with the model. You caught this trade in the morning? Well done, bro. Hey, if you guys took this trade, man, great job. I 100% prefer futures over Forex, yeah. I wanted Asia highs too, man. That's the reason I didn't take the short. Okay, so anyway, trade number 1 of the day. Best trade of the day would have been this, okay? Now, I'm going to show you guys what I took with the chat on Discord today. So after we got that really nice move to the downside, I was waiting for a 50% retrace of the move, okay? So if we draw out and use our gone box, okay? I'm looking for a 50% retrace of the move, which is right here, which also coincides with a big 15-minute fair value gap, okay? So we're inside a big 15-minute gap, and we're 50% of the move. 50% of the downward move. We're now 50% retrace. So my idea, a lot of times when you have a massive sell-off like this, the market's going to pull back, and then it's going to trickle lower, okay? Now, if we look out on the 1 hour time frame here, I want to show you guys kind of a little bit clearer of a picture of what happened today. The market drew right down into this daily fair value gap, CE of the gap, and also coincided with a 4 hour fair value gap. So we came down into a 4 hour gap, rebalanced, came down to a daily fair value gap, went right into CE of the gap, which is the 50% retracement of the gap, and bounced. Okay. So on a higher time frame, you got to understand what happened on the higher time frame to make sense on the lower time frame. We were basically just pulling back into a unfilled daily fair value gap, which coincided with an unfilled 4-hour gap. Okay. So if you're looking at this chart right now, and I teach this all the time on the channel, what did the market just do? And what is it probably likely going to do? I have a video out on this. I just taught it. But what is the market? What just happened today? Can you guys give me an answer on what just happened today? With the market pulling back to that fair value gap, what is that called? I just put a video out on it on the YouTube channel. It's one of my #1 strategies. Yes, BJ, you get the star for paying attention today. That is internal liquidity, guys. As soon as you're able to sit on the chart and understand this, the easier it gets, right? Market came down into an internal fair value gap, which is this daily fair value gap. That's internal. Fair value gaps are internal. That's what they are, okay? Market pulls down into internal. And now, if I'm a betting man, where is the market going from here? External liquidity, external liquidity, external liquidity. We're going from internal to external once again. Okay. So now that we got that out of the way, internal into a 4-hour gap, which coincides with a daily fair value gap. And now it's time, likely tomorrow, Friday, TGIF, yeah. We're likely, in my opinion, if this 4-hour fair value gap flips to the upside here, not this one, this one right here. If we flip this to the upside tonight, tomorrow, whenever, and we come back and we retrace into this gap, I'm slamming longs to all-time highs. That's the setup for tomorrow. We took everything we needed to take internally now, and now it's time to go external. Okay? Anyway, I kind of just went on a tangent. Back to today's trade setup. Okay, so let's replay bar this, and I'm gonna show you guys where we took our short. Okay, here we go. So market does what, guys? It pulls back 50% of the move, right? Into a 15-minute fair value gap, which is up here. Are you guys paying attention? Type yes if you are. Type no if you're sleeping. Rose, thank you so much for the heart. Thank you for the heart. Appreciate the hearts, guys. Thank you. Okay, so we are paying attention. Fantastic. Beautiful. All right, guys. So here was trade #1 for us today. Market took everything, right? We took everything to the downside at this point. Now, I like to trade continuations when we have a massive move. It's just, it's actually pretty easy to spot, right? So we move literally to the tick of the CE of the 15-minute gap. That's our 50% retracement line to the tick. Now, all I looked for was a 5-minute inverted fair value gap here, which we got. Okay. I'm going to delete this for now because we don't need it. I'll just move this to the 15. So we get a 5-minute inverted fair value gap. Now, inverted fair value gap traders, listen up. You could have shorted it on the inversion. I wouldn't be mad at you. Okay. And you could have targeted these lows. I didn't do that today because I'm going to show you what happened. So the market displays this nicely, inverted fair value gap. I told the chat I'm looking for a retest into this 5-minute gap after this candle closes. Okay. I would have liked it to come up into the inversion and then short down to the lows. That didn't happen either. So here's what happened. Market pulls back right. I believe it was right there. It happened that fast. Yeah, it was that fast. Let me show you. Let me bring back the replay bar. We caught this right here, and we go to the 1 minute for this. I have to bring all this back because this is actually exactly where we shorted. Okay, so there's a couple things happening in here as to why I still wanted to short. I'm going to show you. So 5 minute inversion, right? Remember that up here? 5 minute inversion. 1 minute triple or quad BPR, actually. It was a quad BPR in here. Let me draw that out. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a quad BPR here. Super strong level I was looking at. So guys, BPRs, they overlap fair value gap. So overlap sell side imbalance, overlap buy side imbalance, overlap sell side imbalance, overlap buy side imbalance, and then another one in here. Super crazy. I haven't seen one of these like in a while. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It was a 5. Holy crap. What's 5? Quad, and then what's 5? Somebody help me with that one. Quintuple. Is that what it is? All right. So we had a quintuple BPR. Quintuple BPR here. Let me write that down. Is it penta? Okay, penta. Wait. Which one is it? Is it penta? Okay. Penta BPR. I haven't seen one in a very long time. So we shorted the penta BPR with the pullback into a 5 minute gap. Testing 1, 2. Okay. This was the short we took right here. We took it at this wick. I caught a really nice entry on this, chat. My stop was, I ran my stop like this. It was tight. Let me see on the 1. No, it was tighter than this. I ran a really tight stop. And then I believe I targeted these relative equal lows right here. That was a trade setup. And then hit play. Boom. Big trade. And then nasty reversal. And we were already out. Okay. So this trade ended up going. I think I got more out of it. Yeah, this went 40. This went 54 points on the short. Okay. I was able to get out of the full position right here, though, because the next candle was absolutely ridiculous. Look at this candle. So trade number 1, short penta BPR, 5 minute fair value gap touch. 5 minute inverted fair value gap, relative equal lows. That was it. Trade number 1. Big trade. A lot of people passed their evals on that trade. A lot of people made a lot of money on that trade. That was an instant profit, almost 50 points short. Yeah, 54 points short. Instant profit. Okay. So let's move on. That was trade number 1. Trade number 1. And then the next trade was very painful. Oh my God, this was a very painful trade. It took forever to play out. There was a couple of us still in this trade. I end up re-entering on the 1 minute flip. I'm going to show you guys, but we have to wait because this trade took forever. Chat, while we're waiting for price here to come back to where we actually traded, the Discord is free. The link is in my bio. If you're on the TikTok, join the Discord channel. I live trade on the Discord channel not every day, but 3 times a week almost. If you're not on the Discord, you're missing out on an insane value right now. We're just about to approach 2,000 members on the Discord. So if you're not in there yet, now's your chance to hop in. Okay, so look at this trade, guys. It was painful. Very painful. So I'm going to go over it once price is done baloneying around. So here's when it actually sets up. Okay, so I was looking, let me delete the penta BPR real quick. Okay, so we had the our money sweep down in here, okay? Money sweeps down into here. At this point, we're hovering and we're consolidating for like, let's see, from like 11 o'clock till almost 12. We're doing nothing. We're just consolidating. At this point, I'm starting to read price action the way that it's moving, that we're kind of holding bullish order flow basically. And what I was looking for, guys, was this 1 minute fair value gap here to get flipped. I needed a strong flip. Okay. That was the gap that we were dealing with pretty much the whole morning. And once we flipped it, hold on a second here. I have it in my Discord I posted in the commentary section today. Where was that trade? Where was that trade at here? NQ on the 1 minute. Where is that trade? Hold on. Oh, here it is. Sorry. Was waiting for this to flip to the upside. Okay. Once we actually flip, now listen, some people were in earlier, got in down here, got in over here because there was an inverted fair value gap here. So they were holding a little bit of drawdown during this trade. I ended up cutting my first trade, my first take on this trade for at this point, I was already up about 1,200. And I said to myself, I'm going to risk like $200. And if this trade works out, I'm going to be up like over like 1,500 on the day. But I took micros on the second trade. I closed my first position because I didn't like the way we were chopping. Okay. Then I got back in on the flip. Okay. So once we flip this fair value gap here, this inverted fair value gap now, this 1 minute sell side imbalance. You guys here watching this? Okay. We flip this. Entry was right here. Stop was below the inversion. It was like right around here because I had this one little gap here that was like, we might tap that one more time. And then it was really simple from there, guys. I was just targeting external highs. Let me bring this back. Okay, so let me just break down the inversion, right? 1 minute inverted fair value gap. Once we break, we retest really quick. Ready? Boom. That wick I'm in on. You guys see how fast that moves? This wick, we're in. Okay? So we're in on that wick. Stops are below. And now I'm targeting this external high. Oops. I'm targeting this external high. Come on, Paul. What are you doing, bro? This external high. And then this external high. Very straightforward. It's a straight up inverted fair value gap play with a retouch with clear external liquidity after having a money sweep earlier in the session. And we take this into the external high. That was it. Very simple. Boom. TP slammed right there. All right. That was it. That's all you need. Oh my God, what am I doing? This trade right here was a standard 1 to 2. I think it did run a little higher. Let me see. I was already out of the trade at 1 to 2 though, guys, because I was already up big on the day. Didn't feel like holding the trade anymore. Mental capital was exhausted after the session. So yeah, it ended up hitting the next external liquidity point, which I was targeting right there. So yeah, that was it. 2-0. Solid trades, and overall kind of an exhausting day because of all this right here. This was nasty to deal with, but the bias was correct. I knew this external highs had to get tagged. Is it free to live trade with you? Yeah, it is free right now. It is free right now. Guys, also, really quick. If you guys are in the futures market and you trade prop firms, there's a sale going on at My Fund of Futures that's really attractive. I posted this in my Discord channel. I'm going to pull it up real quick because if you are a futures trader, you guys should definitely lock this deal in because I haven't seen these accounts go on sale in like a year. I'll show it to you really quickly. Okay, so My Fund of Futures is doing a 25% off sale on their expert accounts. I don't know if you guys can see this, but this is probably easier to do it a different way. Let me show you guys real quick. I'm going to screen share it a different way because I don't know if you can see that. Okay, well, you can't see that then either. Never mind. Anywho, the deal is really good. I just wanted to let everybody know about it because it's been really popular in the Discord so far. This 50K account that they're advertising right now is the cheapest actually account in the industry. It's cheaper than Top Step. Let me show it to you right here. So you're basically getting no activation fee, no consistency rule, no scaling rule, payout in 14 days. Currently all in, the 50K account is $169 with code PJ. Okay. So that's cheaper than Top Step because Top Step, you're going to need to activate your account and it would be total of $200 all in with Top Step. So very similar rules, if not better rules. This is what it looks like right here. This 50K account, which is normally $227 a month, is only $169. If you pass it, no activation fee, no consistency, no scaling rule, and payout in 14 days. So you just got to pass an eval. That's it. I think it's honestly one of the most attractive sales that they've had because with Top Step, you're all in at with Top Step, you're all in for 200. With that account, you're all in for 169, and it's like exactly the same account. You can basically withdraw. There's no consistency rule. So you can make a $10,000 trade and you could take out like everything. Very, very good. What is the max payout? That is a good question on that. Let me see what what is the max payout? Hold on, let's see here. Managing your funded account. Okay, here we go. No scaling requirement, no daily loss. You can request a payout of 60% of profits before reaching the full buffer zone with a minimum of $1,000 per request. I don't think there's any cap on it. That's why the account's so attractive. I'm almost positive there's no cap. So first $10,000 of profits paid out is 100% yours. After that, it's a 90-10 split. It's not Forex, it's futures, guys. This is not a Forex channel. I'm just talking about futures. So yeah, you can literally anything above your buffer zone, which is $2,100, anything above this buffer zone here, you can withdraw 60% of it with no cap. That's insane. That's why I'm telling you that's one of the best accounts that I've seen in a while. I have the starter accounts, but I'm probably going to pick up 3 of those expert accounts because I mean, think about it. If you make a $10,000 trade and you're above your buffer of 2,000, right? That's going to leave you with $8,000. You could take 60% of that. That's really good. Really, really, really good. What's the name of the account? It's the 50K expert account, guys. The 50K expert account. I'm going to put it right here. 50K, my funded futures, 50K expert account. 25% off. It's $169 all in. That's really, really good. That's the best deal I've seen on those accounts and I think ever. They rarely run a deal on those accounts. Discord Woplick isn't working. Kindly check, please. It's working, guys. It's working. It's if you don't know how to do it, then it's on you. All you have to do is make a WAP account, and then you gotta link it to the Discord, and you'll be in. How much was my mentorship when it was active? The mentorship was $100 for an hour. It was $100 for an hour. I have a mentorship student at 6 o'clock tonight, so we got to wrap this up soon. But anyway, want to let you guys know about that sale. Really good sale. Just use code PJ. It'll get you the best possible discount on that, which is going to be 25% off. A lot of people like these accounts, so I just wanted to tell the chat, if you guys are interested in, using prop firms, which you should be. I tell you guys all the time, don't put your own capital at risk. Use prop firms, dude. Think about it. Put $169 in, right? The most you could lose is $169. If you get a 5K payout, dude, where are you doing that? What other business are you doing that? If you get $1,000 payout, think about it. No other industry is offering that right there. Now, listen, you guys need a model and a strategy, and you need good psychology to be able to pass an eval. You can't just come into it thinking I'm going to pass an eval. You got to be good. But with that being said, again, the risk to reward, traders are all about RR. Prop firms have a great risk to reward. But to take an eval for that price, no thanks. Yeah, so if you don't want to take an eval, bro, then you should go buy a straight to funded account at Tradeify, because they have no evals, but they're more expensive. So you got to kind of pick your poison. Like if you want to go get a straight to funded account with no eval, you're going to end up paying like around $250, $300 for an account. So kind of pick your poison. That account is $169 with an eval. Straight to funding is going to be around like $250, $300 for the cheapest account. Prop firms are so easy to rinse. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Like I'm trying to literally give you the model. Like, dude, you guys should all be stacking these accounts, passing these prop firms, getting payouts, moving it to a funded account and your bank account, and rinsing and repeating. It's a money glitch if you could do it correctly. I'm going to probably get banned for talking about it. Every time I talk about this, I get banned. My stream will get shut down. God, another fake prop firm trader. They're taking over TikTok. All right, Warren, have a great day, buddy. I've been trading for 9 years. 4.5 years of that is with prop firms. My channel is a futures channel, and people want prop firm guidance. If you don't want it, then you don't have to be here. This channel is 100% free. The amount of education I put into the channel is people charge hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars for. So if people like that don't want to be here, that aren't, seeing the value, please leave and don't let the door hit you on the way out. I don't have to prove anything to you, dude. I don't care what you say. I don't care who you are. I really don't have to prove anything to you. Yeah, exactly. You're just an internet troll, brother. You're an internet troll with 42 followers, dude. Meta War and Peace. Ready? Hold on. Here, have a great one, brother. See you later. I'm sorry, chat. I can't stand people like that, bro. I just can't, dude. Oh man, I'm sorry, but I just can't stand people like that. Thank you, sir. You're welcome. Get him out of here, Carl. Get him out. Dude, people don't appreciate the free value. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Anyway, let's not let that deter us, right? Listen, here's something, guys. Here's something. That guy right there, that when you become successful at something that most people can't get good at, you're going to find doubters and haters and non-believers. It's like anything in life, bro. Anything in life that's gonna happen. That's normal, right? So you got to get to a point. You want to get to a point where you have a dude like that, right? You really do. Like that's like the ultimate goal. you want to have a guy who's like, just like, oh, here's this kid, blah, 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 blah. Like, that means you're doing something right and you're working hard. But at the end of the day, we can't let that fog us from the vision. All right, guys. So what do you guys want to talk about next? Sorry for the tangent. Sorry for all that crap. Wanted to give you guys those discount codes and let you know about that. So what do you want to talk about next? 2 trades on the day, 2 winners. Big day for me. So yeah. Soul Rock, thank you so much for the goat, man. Appreciate it. I thank you for the roses and R, thank you for the roses. XRP, dude, I don't care about XRP, man. I really don't care about it. My bias for tomorrow, I think I said it already. Okay, let me get this out of here. Come on, bro. My bias for tomorrow actually looks so good, man. It looks really good, chat. So now, if we're moving internal to external, which it looks like we are, right? We just took internal, right? External liquidity is resting up here. If that is what we're going to do for tomorrow, I told you what I want to see, okay? Here's what I want to see. I want to see this 4-hour gap here get flipped to the upside, okay? So this gap we're in right now, I want to see that get flipped to the upside. Possible retest of the gap and go higher. Because right now it looks like we have a very clean internal to external move happening. Right? Internal liquidity got taken on the daily. And the only thing left really is external from here. Now, again, technically, from a technical standpoint, that's my lean for tomorrow. But dude, it doesn't matter what this market doesn't matter what I'm reading, because all Trump has to say is, hey man, we're gonna tariff your country now, and the market's gonna tank. So yeah, we're on it. I like the read. I like where we're going. I really like the setup. Honestly, it's very clean. But Trump could just be like, yo, we're tariffing you, and the market's just gonna go like this. So let's see what happens. Anyone recommend a book for trading psychology, trading in the zone, for having trouble taking losses, the best loser wins. Market Wizards is one of my other favorite books. It has interviews of all really prominent traders and their life stories. That book's really great read too. He must go to YouTube. Who? Trading in the Zone has been great. Yeah, it's a great book. What's your opinion on this month's price action and win rate? This month's price action has been absolutely horrendous. The AM session has been horrendous. And I believe we're going to deal with this for a while until all these new executive orders and policy starts to take place and starts really moving things. I'm going to be honest with you guys. With the level of corruption inside our US government right now and the stuff we're uncovering, we might continue to have really dicey price action. Because I don't think we even touched the tip of the iceberg on the level of corruption that we have in the government. I don't know how that's going to move the market and the stock market and people's money, right? So it could be tough. We just have to be, listen, guys, we have to just be defensive as possible, okay? And we just need to get in and get our trades. Like here, like, look, we don't need a big piece of the pie. This right here, it's like a $600-700 trade right here. This is the same thing. $600-700 trade. You don't need more than that. All right. So we got to just find our high quality setups. And we got to get in and we got to get out. This market right now, guys, is a great market to get in and get out. Like scalping is a great idea because it's so volatile. 50-point candle to the upside, 60-point candle to the downside. Just if you're in profits 200 plus, you should probably think about taking profit. What time frame do you typically trade on? I trade all time frames. I execute on the 1 minute and the 5 minute. Well, the 1, 2, 3, and 5, mostly the 1, but every time frame is part of my alignment. I don't just trade focus on one time frame. It's all part of the alignment. What about binary options? Oh, hell no, bro. Do not trade binary options. 1-1 today or 2-0? 2-0, Jay. 2-0. 1-2. What do we want to talk about next, chat? Guys, thank you so much for joining the Discord, man. I just want to say shout out to everyone that's joining the Discord right now during the live. If you haven't done so haven't done so yet, links in my bio. Join the Discord. Love to have you there. Tomorrow is Friday. Would love to end the week with a bang, but we kind of already got what we needed today. But I'm sure there's going to be something tomorrow. What made you short in such a deep discount? I was explaining this earlier. My target was these relative equal lows here. And typically when we get hold on, let me just replay bar this because I can't stand the way this thing always jumps around. So somebody asked me, why did you short in such a deep discount? Great question. Great concern. Number one, this is a bearish breaker up here. That's number one. Really clean bearish breaker, right? Number two, 5-minute inverted fair value gap. That's number two. Okay. Now, after a strong 260 point move like this, it's very rare. Remember when I said this, it's very rare the market is just going to V-shape recover back up. Very rare. Typically, this is what they call a dead cat bounce. Okay, where a lot of people took all like they rode this down, profit taking, dead cat bounce, continuation. That's usually the way I trade these big ass moves like that. Even though that we're in discount, I don't really care because the move was 250 points to the downside. We rejected CE of the 15-minute gap up here. We formed a beautiful 1-minute breaker. We inverted a 5-minute fair value gap, and final target was these relative equal lows right here. That's all I wanted. Okay. So just because we're in a discount doesn't mean that the market's ready to just reverse. You got to read PA. That is going to be your best friend. Price action reading is literally an art in itself. So you got to be able to read the price. That's it. Simple. No problem, Jay. Thank you for asking a good question. How do you get CE line to show? So you're just going to go to your rectangle tool, guys. Okay, a little tutorial lesson here. Rectangle tool, double click on it, go to style, and just check your middle line and make it whatever color you want. That's going to have the hash in the middle of it. Okay? Guys, I don't trade gold. I'm not doing gold analysis. I don't care what the heck gold does. The only thing I can tell you about gold is that you shouldn't be trading it. It's very, very highly manipulated. I hated trading it when I traded FX, and I don't recommend anybody trades it. If you're good at it, trade it, but I don't like it at all. I don't like trading gold. I trade what I trade. I know what works for me, and I don't care about gold. Just listen. S&P 500 and NASDAQ. That's all I trade. That's it. You don't need anything else, dude. I used to trade Forex for 4 years, man. I had to get on the charts. I had to say, okay, am I trading the Aussie today? Am I trading the yen? Am I trading the euro? What's going on? What's going on with the Swiss franc? What's going on with the yen baskets? What's going on with the euro baskets? That's too much, bro. I didn't want to. That was 4 years of that. I became very good. One of my biggest trade was in Forex. I made $20,000 on AUD USD. I'll never forget it. AUD USD short. $20,000 on that trade on a live account. But Forex just wasn't for me. Like I was waking up 3 in the morning, 2 in the morning, trading the London session, staying up all day during New York, and like then going to sleep at weird, like it was just horrible. It didn't fit my lifestyle. And I switched to futures because when you wake up, you know what you're trading. I'm trading NASDAQ or S&P 500. That's it. Very simple. Like, you guys don't realize this, but to be a good Forex trader, you need to know pretty much everything that's going on with every pair that you're trading. Think about that for a second. Every economic policy, you need to know what's going on. You need to know what's going on with interest rates for the yen, for the pound, for the CAD, for the Aussie. You got to know. Otherwise, you're just trading blind. It's too much. So I simplified my approach and I went to futures. Answer everyone's question. That's why I don't trade Forex. How is NASDAQ different? The NASDAQ's different because I don't have to worry about it. I just told you why. Wait a second. What? I just answered the question, dog. I'm trading the NASDAQ or S&P. That's two things versus me having to look at 15, 16 different currency swaps. That's why. I wake up in the morning. I'm looking at the tech sector. Are we bearish? Are we bullish? How's NVIDIA doing? And then I trade NASDAQ or S&P. That's it. What app or website is this? Are you a bot, bro? Why is two people ask the same exact questions back to back? Not to mention FX, again, the spreads are high. The brokers are absolutely manipulating price. Absolutely. I've seen it myself and read about it myself. And look what happened to that big Forex firm. Who was it? My Forex Funds or something? Dude, they were in an audit, right? The CEO was literally caught saying, let's take their stops or whatever he said. I don't remember it was verbatim. Do you guys want to be trading firms that literally say, hey, let's take your stops? No. Futures is regulated by the CME. It can't happen like that. Everyone gets that price. Do you guys remember that? My Forex Funds literally went under. I think it was My Forex Funds, right? They went under and the CEO was literally caught saying, let's take their stops. So how many more things do we need to talk about to be like, yeah, that is not, we should not be trading Forex anymore. What broker do I recommend for futures? TradeStation, Tradevate, two really good ones. I think AMP has an account. I have Tradevate. I always wonder if that's what they did. Yeah, that's what they do. That's what they do. They're manipulating price. When there's no regulation like there is in Forex, basically, it's the Wild West, bro. I knew somebody personally that ran a Forex brokerage, and I didn't know him personally. I knew him through the internet. I had money into one of his brokerages, and thank God I got my money out of it, but his brokerage went rug pulled and he was part of this massive scam. So I don't trust that industry. Slip them to hell. Yes, that's what it was, dude. Dude, who in their right mind would continue to trade Forex knowing that the brokers talk like that? And you know the other these other big firms are doing the same thing. What is my style? Swing, trading, scalp, or swing? It's not either of them. Scalping is about 10 points, I would say, maybe even less. Some people scalp like 2-3 points. So I'm just day trading, man. Just day trading. I'm looking for extended moves. I'm looking for stuff like this right here, 50 points. Now a scalper would probably be out of this market like here, a couple points, you know? That's all they want. 10 points, 5 points. Some even scalp 2-3 points. This is day trading. Can you talk about how to find them? Fair value gaps are everywhere you look once you train your eye to look for them. So fair value gaps are inefficiencies in the market, bro. So there's either a sell side imbalance or there's a buy side imbalance. Okay. So a fair value gap is an inefficiency in the market. This right here is a bearish fair value gap. So 1 minute gap. It's also a sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency. The reason being is inside of this gap, there's an inefficiency on the buy side of the curve, meaning that buyers were never offered inside of that gap. It was straight selling pressure. Okay. So the market creates a fair value gap. Okay. Here's another fair value gap right here. How do you draw them? Well, you look for the lowest down close wick of the first candle, and you look for the highest up close wick of the second candle. If these two wicks do not meet each other or cross each other at any point, that creates your fair value gap. That's it right there. That's what fair value gap is. So these are bearish fair value gaps here, okay? Meaning that price has not been offered inside that gap. Now we have an inverted fair value gap. Okay, so we have a gap that was a sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency. The market is now rebalanced and broke through it, which becomes an inverted fair value gap. Okay, that's an inversion. When you hear me talk about inversions, this is what an inversion is right here. We use these inversions for trade setups. They're very, very, very strong. They're very good. Okay. Now I believe we get another inversion. We do. Then we get a, let's see here. We kind of chop around. Okay. So you see how this is so strong? So you could literally trade this just by itself. You could wait for a fair value gap to get flipped to the upside, which becomes an inversion in this case. Wait for price to pull back into the inversion. And you can literally just take a long like this, stop below the inversion, target at this swing high right here. And that's literally a trade setup. That's a model right there in itself. Right here. You can target these relative equal highs here. You could target all the way up to CE of the 15-minute gap. But 1 to 3 RR right here would have been a 48-point move. That's it. That's how you use inverted fair value gaps and fair value gaps. That's how easy it is. You want to wait for a sweep. You want to wait for a strong inversion. You want to wait for a retest of the inversion, and then you want to take a trade. Pretty simple. Pretty simple stuff. Now, people overcomplicate it. And listen, it's not that easy. I'm making the lesson look easy, but when you're doing this in real time, if you guys watch me trade live, you'll see how many things are going through my head in a live session. If people are in here from my lives, they'll attest to the fact that as I'm trading, all this stuff is being drawn in real time. Like, I know exactly where everything is. You have to be on top of your gaps, your breaker blocks, your order blocks, your fair value gaps, your inversions, your 50% retracement, your standard deviation. Your mind is moving quickly, going through, scoping through where everything is. I am an ICT trader, yes. I trade ICT. I trade fair value gaps, inversions, breaker blocks, unicorns, order blocks, etc. Why do you prefer trading NQ over MNQ? I don't prefer trading NQ over MQ. NQ is a full mini contract. MNQ is a micro contract. They're exactly the same, except they're less value. One mini on NQ is $20 per point. One micro is $5 per point, or $2 per point, sorry. So there's no preference. It's just whatever account I'm trading calls for a different contract size. If I have a bigger account, I trade a mini. If I have a smaller account, I trade micros. If I have a funded account, I'll trade micros. If I have an evaluation account, I trade minis. Constantly changes. Explain order block. I just put a video out on order block about an hour ago. So just go to that video and watch it. You can just watch the video. It's literally exactly how to trade an order block and what an order block is. This right here is an order block. But yeah, just go watch the video because I just put a video out on order blocks. I don't want to waste time on those right now. So this right here is your order block. Be right here on the 5. So basically what you're looking for is a manipulation to sweep liquidity. And then you're looking for a strong candle closure above the lowest down close candle right here. Okay, so manipulation, lowest down close candle. This candle closes above this this down close candle here. Okay, that's an order block right there. And you can trade order blocks in many different ways. You can then wait for a pullback into the order block if it ever happens, which it does. Okay. In this case, this order block kind of gets pierced very strongly. But in this example, I believe, yeah, the order block moves lower, then higher. So it's not a really strong order block. I like to use order blocks on higher time frames. Higher time frame order blocks hold more weight than lower time frame order blocks. For example, order block right here. Okay, this is a bearish order block. Look how price came up into that bearish order block here, rejected and went lower. So this is a bearish order block right here. They're all over the charts. So yeah, 1 hour order blocks is a lot better, a lot stronger. The higher the order block, the stronger it is. Why is there such a big difference between NQH and MNQH? 4 hour time frame? What? There shouldn't be a big difference whatsoever. Let's see. I see no difference. What are you talking about? Literally exactly the same. Here's MNQ, here's NQ. Same thing. If you what's it called? If you're on the wrong contract or something, or like the wrong contract date, there might be a problem. You might be looking at something else, but I don't know what you're looking at. How do you find Asian session high and PM high? Asia session high is like from 8 o'clock to 12 o'clock. So all you do is look for the high right here. Here's the high of Asia, 8. This is not Asia. This is Asia. This is 8. That's the Asia high. And this is 2 o'clock in the morning. So what would that be? That would be the London low. Right? See how we come back up and test the London low? We're in the London low now again. Kind of holding it down, but I'm a true believer that this is an internal to external move right now. Internal. Next draw liquidity will be Asia highs that didn't get tagged today, which I wanted to get tagged, and then PM high from Wednesday, and then possibly all-time highs. All the way up here. All right, guys, I'm going to get off and get ready for my mentorship that starts at 6 o'clock with one of the students. If you guys have not joined the Discord, please join the Discord. It's free. Yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow for some day trading action tomorrow inside the Discord. Make sure you follow the TikTok. Number 1, follow the Discord. Best way to get plugged in. If you guys have any questions about prop firms and stuff like that, I have all that information in the Discord. Prop firm channel will get you all the access to all the prop firms that I trade with and all the different discount codes and stuff like that. So really a lot of great information. I've got a beginners channel, an indicators channel, which stuff I use on the chart, prop firm guidance, live trading, books and audio books I recommend, bunch of YouTube stuff I recommend, quotes, all that stuff's in the Discord. So if you're looking to get plugged in,